Hi Scorpio, welcome to your October 2022 astrological forecast, and happy birthday to those of you born at the end of this month. Okay, a special thank you to my subscribers for your continued support, for liking, sharing, and commenting on my videos. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, because it really helps my channel grow. Okay, also check out the links below. There's a link to my website where you can get more information on the services that I offer. There's also in the description box something called Ask Me a Question, which is for those of you who are interested in maybe one or two things about your chart, and that's it. And there's also a report called Love and Money. It's a monthly report, okay? So, I've been doing this for each video, so I'm going to do that for yours also. This is what I look at when I'm doing your forecast. I don't know if you can see it or not. Anyways, all my readings are cold readings. I don't have any kind of notes. I'm just looking at these planets, okay? And where they are. And the thing is this month, or this, for now, I have to wear these glasses because I can't see this. I have a lot of pressure, sinus pressure in my head, and it's affecting my vision. Okay, so sorry about the glasses. Anyway, so Mercury is in Virgo, and it turns direct on the 2nd. Okay, and it's in Virgo up until the 10th, and where you have Virgo in your chart is your 11th house of sociability, of your friends, your acquaintances, where you would normally hang out. Going to socialize in person, whatever, going to see a live band or go to a bar or a play or something or other, okay? It's any kind of organization that you belong to, and it's also social media, okay? So Mercury was retrograde here, which means you may have had a lot of confusion in discussions with your friends, or missed communications, or missed appointments even with people, trying to meet up with people possibly at a certain time or certain place, and it's not happening, or having tickets to something that wasn't able to happen. It was canceled or postponed or something or other. Anyways, when Mercury turns direct, it will take a few days to kick in there, but you have up until the 10th to review, or I don't know, check out something that maybe you didn't understand clearly, that a friend told you, or something on social media, a post possibly that didn't make sense to you, or something or other. But you can set things straight now, okay, with this planet turning direct in, like your social life, okay? So the Sun and Venus are both in Libra together. They're traveling side by side, and they're in Libra in your 12th house up until the 23rd. And Mercury, when it leaves Virgo, will move into Libra on the 10th. Okay, so you have Libra in your 12th house of secrets, behind the scenes actions by you or someone else. It's the house of charity. It's the house of confinement, possibly being in contact with people who are confined for some reason or other to their home, usually due to illness, or a personal care home or hospital, something like that, or even a prison, some kind of institution of some kind. So you may be in contact with someone like that, maybe have been helping them all this time, so, or this could actually begin maybe at this time, that someone is in needs help, that and that's why, because they're unable to help themselves. They're not out and about and able to do things, so maybe you'll be doing things for them. Other than that, like having Mercury in the 12th house, I always call it the great investigator, because, like I said, 12th house is the house of secrets and behind the scenes actions, okay? So a lot of times, you could even just be curious. It's not like it's a big secret, but you could be trying to find out more information about someone, or something. Okay, now there's a full moon on the 9th in the sign of Aries in your 6th house, which is directly across from your 12th house of Libra. So your 6th house is the kind of work that you do and the workplace and your co-workers. It's also the house of service, though, too, and the house of health. The full moon, because Jupiter is in Aries right now also, it's in retrograde motion, but it's still there with this full moon. I really don't think this is too much of a big deal. The full moon with Jupiter here, I think, is full moons are supposed to bring problems out in the open where they can be dealt with. So this could be somebody you work with, a boss even, something with company policy or work itself. There's something wrong with the work or even equipment that you use or something or other, you know, or if you're self-employed, this could be something with a client. Excuse me, even if you don't work at all, you know, it could be anything, anything. This is also, 6th house is also the house of service. Excuse me, sorry. I've had a sore throat also. Anyways, house of service means, you know, like some kind of arrangement that you have with someone that is a 50-50 setup, meaning they need help from you or you need help from them, and you both benefit in some way, okay, by helping each other out. So maybe, you know, I think with Jupiter and the full moon together, it's somebody goes overboard in some way, okay? Somebody could come to you possibly for help and really blow it up out of proportion, you know, say why they need your help, you know. Maybe it's real, you know, maybe they really do need your help that badly, but maybe they can be making things sound worse than they actually are, okay? Because they want you to help them, right? Or it could be a coworker coming to you telling you some really far-fetched story about the company, a coworker, a boss, or something. Or it doesn't even have to pertain to work, just, you know, something really bizarre that doesn't seem to make sense to you. So I would just, you know, whatever I learn at this time or whatever someone says to me, especially while on the job, I would just, you know, take it with a grain of salt, whatever. Okay, but you could also, though, accidentally learn something about someone at this time. And it could be someone you work with, okay? Or someone who you are involved in some kind of arrangement with where you're both helping each other out. You know, you could find out why it is maybe that they really needed your help. Maybe they lied to you. They didn't want you to know the real reason they need your help, okay? So then the sun moves into your sign. The sun and Venus both together on the 23rd move into your 1st house, and Mercury moves here on the 29th, and there is a new moon partial solar eclipse in your 1st house on the 25th, which makes this new moon last even longer than it normally would. Okay, it gets zapped by solar energy, right? So, and it's a new moon in your 1st house. It's your new moon. It begins your new year in a way, okay? So, it's like pretty special, you know? So I would have to say that, you know, you are the center of attention anyways, just having the sun in your 1st house. When planets were in your 12th house, you were like, you know, kicking back in a way, just enjoying your time alone even. But now that planets are in your 1st house, you're like back on the scene, especially with Venus being in your 1st house. I always say when Venus is in your 1st house, your 10th house, or in your own zodiac sign, which it is for you right now, milk it for all you can, okay? Because people are willing to do anything for you at this time. This is like a really good transit to talk to someone that's very hard to talk to sometimes, especially if you need their cooperation. in some way or other. This is the best time to approach them when Venus is in your sign, okay? But the people find you really appealing, far more appealing now than they do at any other time, and they're willing to do favors for you. They want to take you out, possibly for your birthday or any other reason. They want to buy stuff for you, buy you drinks, dinner, lunch, things like that. And you'll get even more compliments than you normally would, and it's usually about your appearance, okay? So, could be about your personality and everything, but if you begin some kind of new relationship, especially at this time, I would have to say it has like a really nice flare, literally a flare to it, just because of this new moon and the solar power attached to it. Okay, so it looks like, excuse me, it has more potential than previous relationships, probably, or possibly. But I do also have to mention, okay, the planet Mars is in Gemini, in your 8th house. Where you have Gemini, it's here up until March of next year, so it's spending an extended period of time in your 8th house. You are the natural ruler of the 8th house, okay? This is the house of other people's money and resources, the house of endings and rebirth, regeneration, the house of death, the death of a way of life, death of train of thought, something, a way of doing something or other. And this is the planet Mars, also your ruling planet. Okay, so it's doing well while it's here. Okay, it's going to turn retrograde on the 30th. So if you were waiting on any kind of money that or resources of some kind that are supposed to be yours, or are coming to you through like an inheritance, or some kind of settlement, an insurance payout, or even just actual physical things that belong to you. It could even be furniture or equipment or whatever, So maybe if you haven't received this stuff by like the 30th, when this planet turns retrograde, maybe you'll be able to get do a little bit more investigating and get down to find out what's holding this up. In fact, the retrograde period might hold up things like that, money that is supposed to be yours, or resources that are supposed to be yours that are stalled for some reason or other. But it also gives you the opportunity to check into where something is like money or resources, what happened to them. Okay, so there are 2 planets that are turning direct, and one is Pluto turning direct on the 8th in your 3rd house of Capricorn. Having Pluto here, this is your house of your everyday life, people you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day, your neighbors, anybody. It's your area, it's your neighborhood. Okay, so been a lot of changes going on in this since Pluto has been here. You could have gone from a really good neighborhood to a bad neighborhood, or vice versa, a bad neighborhood to a good neighborhood as far as crime goes, and the kind of people or whatever that your neighborhood was attracting. Okay, so when this planet turns direct, if you were having any kind of problems with this, is also a big communication and travel house. Any kind of really important news possibly that you were waiting for, that you would get through like regular postal mail, a letter possibly that you were waiting for, or wanting to hear from a sibling or a cousin that maybe they needed to tell you something. This is family related possibly, just because of the fact that Saturn in Aquarius also turns direct on the 23rd. You have Saturn in your 4th house of your family, okay, your home where you actually physically live, the property surrounding it, your childhood, your past, but it's your personal life. So there could be something going on with your relatives even that you haven't been able to find out about, or something going on, and you know, whatever. So when these planets turn direct, you should have a lot more contact, I would have to say, with your relatives, but your siblings, especially if you have siblings or cousins, going to fill you in on whatever it is you may have missed. Okay, and the other thing is Jupiter is in retrograde motion in Aries in your 6th house, but it retrogrades so far back, it goes back into Pisces, okay, fellow water sign, into your 5th house where you have Pisces. So, you know, Jupiter in your 5th house brings about opportunities for romance and creativity, children even, you know, times spent with children, even pregnancies, things like that, speculation, gambling, but it's the house of fun. Jupiter was here last year, so if you started something last year when Jupiter was in Pisces, okay, in your 5th house, and you know, you weren't able to finish it, there was something fun possibly that you were supposed to do or learn even, but it was also fun. Maybe you didn't finish it, or even if you did, the opportunity is coming along again to do that very thing again. As far as romance goes, if you met someone last year and you know, things seem to be going really well, and for some reason they, I don't know, they were out of the picture for whatever reason, you know, they could be coming back into your life now as far as romance, okay? And creativity, if you were working on a project that was even stalled, you know, you would go back and finish it now that Jupiter is here. But it could also be like ready, have already been completed, but now that Jupiter is here, you're able to showcase it in some way or other, or present it. You know, your finished product, your finished creative project, okay? So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Scorpio on the 25th, 26th, and 27th. And the best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Taurus, and those dates are the 10th, 11th, and 12th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of speculation or gambling, and anything to do with children is the 6th, 7th, 8th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. The best time for money is the 1st, 13th, 14th, 15th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. The best time for your career is the 18th, 19th, and 20th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 2nd, 3rd, 15th, 16th, 17th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. So happy birthday again, and happy Halloween. Okay, and don't forget to check out my weekly forecasts. Okay, so I'll see you then. Goodbye.